my name is Ainsley and welcome to my library. Today I am in a ice storm, snowstorm, weathery situation. So if you don't already know, I live at the beach, meaning that snow and ice is kind of rare. We're not exactly equipped for this kind of weather. All that being said, we are expecting snow, and if not snow, we are expecting sleet and icy conditions for the next 2 days. But I have Sunday off. This is the first Sunday since I started in ministry that I have the day off. I mean, I'm still gonna watch the live stream. I'm still gonna make sure everything runs smoothly. This weekend is rare. And so I want to make the most of it and I want to remember it. So that is why I am vlogging this weekend. The first book that I'm going to be reading this weekend is Beartown by Frederick Bachman. I am so excited. I have heard so many good things about this book. This is the first book of a trilogy. I actually have the other 2 books. I was gifted this series and Anxious People, all by Frederick Bachman for Christmas, so I am very thankful for that. This book follows a town, and the town for the most part is snowy. Like, that's just the setting that we're in is snowfall. And continuously experiencing this type of weather and this town that they're in specifically, they are either brought really close together or they are torn apart. And we are following this town as it is slowly shrinking, but now we're at a place of potential revival, and that's because of the ice hockey team. However, an event happens and pretty much all the buildup that is gotten is just gone. So we are basically following this town who has something really, really good going for it for the first time in a while, and a tragedy happens and all of that falls apart. We lose all of that, and I'm excited to read this book. I've been told that this book has a lot of hope in it, a lot of despair in it, and I think writing both of those is really hard to do, but I've heard incredible things about this writing. What if I told you a bear was trying to get into my house? Would you believe me? But I'm gonna go finish my other book and then I will be starting this one. Yay! That's Winston eating a breadstick he stole from my trash. Snow green bowl. Y'all do be in my microwave right now. My goal for myself was that I could not start making dinner until I reached 50 pages of the book, and I am on page 70. So I'm gonna make noodles. I'm a chef, okay? I'm also a girl. I'm enjoying this book because I know that it's about to get so good. I will say that as somebody who primarily reads romance and fantasy, this literary fiction, his writing style is definitely very new to me. The third person discussing so many different characters, they're not interweaved yet. I know that they're going to be soon. Also, I was not expecting that first page to be what it was. I have only ever read the synopsis and just heard other people's reviews, but so reading the synopsis and being told this is like such like a hopeful, heartfelt like book about a hockey team in a small town, that first page, I was like, what am I getting myself into? So I'm definitely excited to see things unravel. I feel like right now, Frederick is just laying the foundation in terms of characters, how they all are loosely connected right now. He's doing a really good job of explaining Beartown to me. I feel like I have a really good idea in my head of not only what it looks like, but like what the atmosphere feels like. I think as of right now, I relate the most to Kira because she's very on the outskirts of this town and she's not hockey's biggest fan at all. Basically, everybody that we follow in this book is from this town, and like this is where they've grown up. Sure, they might have left, but they've all come back. But Kira is the only one that she did not grow up here. She is simply only here because of her husband. So I think I relate to her right now. Hopefully by the time I get to the end of this book, I will be more relating to a character that's been there their whole life and loves Beartown with their whole heart. But again, I'm also just really ready for that first page plot to thicken up and really start, because I think all of the conversations and what's happening, it's just like the anticipation is building and I'm really excited for it. Now 4 p.m. on Sunday. This is the time that I normally am home and off work, and I've just finished my Sunday nap. So last night I read to page 130 and the book is still going strong. I feel like I'm still waiting for the plot to start. And so that's kind of concerning me because we are 130 pages in and we're still, this much anticipated hockey game that we've been talking about has not even happened yet. And so that's just been really frustrating. I will say so far I am loving the characters because this book sounds simple, like, okay, we're just gonna be reading about a town that's obsessed with hockey. Simple. But then reading the book, we are diving into the complexities of every single character, and it's actually really interesting. We're following these characters and these families that, from a town perspective, their life seems so simple, but once you really dive into who they are and into their truth and their story, it becomes so complex. We're following families who have struggled with grief years ago and they're still trying to cope through that. We're following kids who either have way too much support at home or don't have enough support at home. We're following people and their insecurities and how they're different and all their arguments and conflicts, and it's really interesting. This book to me is like whenever I go out to a mall and I sit on a bench and I just kind of watch people and I create stories about them in my own little head. That's what this book feels like. It literally feels like I'm sitting in this town called Beartown and I'm just making up stories about people, and I'm still excited to see exactly how everybody interlocks and falls into place. I'm following like the invisible thread of like, okay, everybody's like loosely connected and it's all by hockey, but I'm excited to see them start having deep interactions with one another and really try to unify. And I'm still trying to figure out who does what. So I'm gonna go read some and then work on my book journal, and I'll see you guys. Vlogs and stuff, the more I realize I literally need a tripod. Soap on the fridge, book almost done. Y'all are now in my pantry. Say hello to my cups. Okay, so I know I literally just got done yapping with y'all like 4 hours ago. What's wrong, baby? But regardless, I told myself that I was gonna read a certain chapter. I was like, okay, I'll read to, I think it was like chapter 24. I was like, I'm just gonna read to chapter 24 and then I'll be done. Well, everything started unraveling and I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna stop now. And then it kept unraveling to the point that I am now on chapter 40. I have 10 chapters left. I have about 120 pages left, and I have no idea how this book is going to end. I know that we have a sequel and the finale to read, so I really don't foresee everything being tied up in this book, but I am excited to know what kind of ending we come to. As someone who has gone through what Maya went through, if you know, you know, I love how Frederick is handling this. I think his prose are so beautiful, and he is putting words to emotions and experiences that I went through that I wasn't even able to create. I didn't know how to voice them. I didn't know how to put what I was feeling into a sentence. And several times I have been reading this book and I've just been like, whoa, that's exactly how it feels. And I feel like for him to be a male author, he has really captured what it's like to be a woman going through this situation. Again, this is writing from third person, so we don't really know exactly what Maya's going through, but from the outer appearance looking in, he's really captured just the vulnerable side of it, and I am loving this book. I think I just had to get used to the writing style. I think that was my main hang up, was I didn't like how everything was third person, how we knew everybody in the town. I was just kind of like, this is a lot. But now reading this book, I love the beginning. I feel like we needed to go through that beginning to really be able to experience the situation and this moment in the depth that we are. So I really like that. And it's really good. I am anticipating the ending. I'm not going to say that I'm excited for it or that I don't want to finish it, because part of me, like, I want to know, and then the other part of me is like, no, I kind of want to stay in this little Beartown bubble that I'm in. Movie, soup, reading journal, maybe finishing this book tonight. I hope so. Who knows? It is 9 a.m. and I'm so excited. I let myself sleep in a little bit today, so I woke up at 8. And I've honestly just been laying in bed watching some YouTube videos to get inspiration, but also because I like watching YouTube and I always have. So anyways, I am going to do my quiet time for the day. If you guys think I'm not doing it, that's totally fine. I had church yesterday, and then the day before that I did my quiet time before I started the vlog. Okay, so I'm gonna do my quiet time, then I'm going to read Beartown and potentially finish it before going to the gym. My gym class is at 11:15 today. I'm doing the upper body strength class, and I'm very pumped about that. So I'm gonna do that at 11:15, come home, shower, eat lunch, and then I don't know what else we're doing today. I might do my life group today. I might not have life group today. It depends on the weather. My area, complete ice. I genuinely don't know how I'm going to get to the gym because just in my neighborhood, there's so much ice out there. So I'm a little concerned. They haven't canceled the gym. But yeah, so we have a pretty busy day, but what's planned is restful things. So not really busy, just a pretty chill day. So I'm going to go read my Bible, and then I'm going to go finish Beartown. Then I'm gonna go to the gym, and then I'll catch up with y'all after that. Okay, update. My stupid car is frozen over, so I can't even start it or go anywhere. So I canceled my gym class, because I can't go. And I don't mean to be crying. I know that people have it so much worse than I have it.
My diamond earring came up in the ocean and it's gone. And there's people that are dying.
But I'm just like frustrated. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm gonna sleep. Okay guys, so it's been 3 hours since I last chatted with y'all. You guys know that my car was frozen over. Okay, so my dad came down, we jumped my car. So right now I'm gonna go quickly take a shower, hop into some fresh and clean PJs, and then I wanna make snow cream, and I also am starving, so I'm going to make food. I don't think I've had any food to eat today. And it's almost 3 p.m. and I'm genuinely starving. Yeah, I also have not finished Beartown. I have, I think, like 70 pages left. So come to the end of our day and the end of our vlog, and so how I want to tidy this vlog up with a nice little bow is by giving you guys my review of Beartown by Frederick Bachman. I wanted to give this book 5 stars, and I've said this before on my channel. If you guys have been here, then you guys are in the know. If I am questioning whether or not a book deserves 5 stars, it's not getting 5 stars. I finish a book knowing that that was just a 5-star read. I finished this book and my first thought was that 5 stars? And that to me was just an immediate identifier of no. But so I ended up rating this book 4.5 stars. I thought this book was incredible and beautiful and amazing, and I'm so excited to continue the series. And I think a big part for me as to why it's not 5 was that beginning. I feel like the first 100 pages really were just hard to get through, and it was just a lot of information overload on every single character. And a lot of the characters that we have in this book don't really play a big role. They're just like somebody's mom or a teacher, and it's like, why do I need to know your backstory whenever you're really only in 3 scenes throughout the book? And we have to be reminded of who you are every single time you're on screen. I don't know. The writing style was definitely something that I had to get used to, but I will say that now, having read the book and digested it, I can't imagine this book being written in any other way. I think what made this book so beautiful was we saw the rawness and the realness and just how everybody truly acts in these situations of tragedy and betrayal. I don't want to give too much away, but I feel like this just was such a reality check to how humans are. And if we only had one perspective, we wouldn't have gotten such a deep look at humanity. And I really just enjoyed that raw depiction of how people are so quick to see a perspective and take that perception as truth. A lot of people say that there's 2 sides to every story, but people are also very quick to pick their side of the story and be firm in that and have bias towards it and not hear the other person out. And I think this book just captured that truth so beautifully. Again, it's a hard thing to grapple with, and I feel like this book almost sends you into this like self-analyzing spiral, but at the end of the day, the book was incredible, and I'm really excited to finish the rest of the series. But so that is it for today's vlog. Thank you guys so much for spending this snowy weekend with me. I had so much fun. I feel like this weekend was just the epitome of rest, and this is exactly what my soul and heart has been needing for a hot second. I think God knew that I needed this rest, and he was so good at giving it. So yeah, but thank you guys for spending this weekend with me. I definitely plan to do more vlogs in the future. I love you guys, and I will see you next Monday with either a new vlog or a sit down yap video. I don't know. Love you guys. Bye.